it's sad that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes a sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good. It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime, so let me say before we part, so much of me is made from what I learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship pulled from its mooring, like a wind of the sea, like a sea dropped by a sky bird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you've blamed me for. But then I guess we know there's blame to share, and none of it seems to matter anymore. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes a sun, like a wind of the sea, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better. But because I knew you, because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
Thank you, Lisa and Sarah, for that beautiful rendition of For Good from Wicked. This compelling performance is just one glimpse of the extraordinary student body at the University of Illinois. Because Illinois is the origin of extraordinary. The land grant movement in the 1860s began as a concept, a belief that higher education is for the public good. And the breadth of that good to come from Illinois is nothing short of remarkable. From our very beginning, we connected higher educations to all segments of society in enormously important ways. The impact we've made on the world is undeniable and indelible. So welcome to each and every one of you. You are what makes our university a singular place of learning and creation. You are students, you are alumni, our faculty, our research partners, our corporate partners, our political advocates, and of course, you, our donors who make so much possible. Today, we celebrate all that we have achieved together, and we begin to imagine what else is yet to come. Private support from individuals like you is essential to ensure that public universities continue to be a place where progress and innovation can flourish. With the support of alums and friends, we will continue to elevate the values that makes Illinois distinctive, a sense of boundless aspiration, collaborative research, and global perspectives. And we will continue to honor the people who have shaped the culture and the character of this place, our students, our faculty, our staff, our alum, and our donors. There is a tremendous energy and sense of optimism about all of the possibilities ahead of us. And so today we celebrate what we can do together with you, with Illinois.
That was my cue to take the stage. Well, hello, how are you guys? That video is bringing back a lot of memories of campus. So listen, it is so good to see all of you in our beautiful city of Chicago this afternoon. A great way to wrap up Illini Days, don't you think? Yeah. I gotta apologize, my voice is not 100%. I gotta save a little bit for the newscast this afternoon. Still getting over something. Before I go any further, Chancellor, good afternoon. Thank you for inviting me here today to speak and share my story. You all know that the Marching Illini was on ABC7, right? Just a couple of days ago. So they were supposed to appear on Tuesday. There was a little something that was on the network, preempted it. So we ended up showcasing them the day after on Wednesday. For those of you who didn't see it, it lives online. Get on there, share it, like it, tweet it. That's how we keep this energy going. I will do a quick introduction of myself before I share my story with you here today during this luncheon. For those of our friends who are coming from downstate, you don't get to see me on a regular basis. Those of you who are from Chicago, you have no excuse. You should watch ABC7 every day, and I mean that, okay? But my name is Judy Su. I'm a news anchor with ABC7 here in Chicago. I've been with the station going on 18 years. It's kind of hard for me to believe, to say that. I came here 18 years ago. I took the early morning anchor job with ABC7, waking up Chicago for 15 years. About 3 years ago, by the way, ABC7 is the #1 radio station here in Chicago for decades. You gotta plug the university, you gotta plug the station that you work for. I mean, that's the way it works. So about 3 years ago, I was tapped to move on to the afternoon and co-anchor our 4 p.m. newscast. And about a year ago, I was tapped again to co-anchor our 6 p.m. newscast. And those are truly our 2 marquee afternoon, early evening newscasts at the station. They have held on to that #1 spot in that time period for more than 3 decades. So truly an honor for me to be joining that remarkable team. So you gotta watch ABC 7. But now I do want to share my story about who I am, my past, and how Illinois is forever intertwined into who I am, what I do, and my successes here today. So I first stepped foot in Chicago back in 1981, just taking you back just a little bit. I was 11, in the middle of 5th grade. I remember it like yesterday. Like so many other immigrants, my parents chose to leave all they knew. We packed up everything. That was the first time I packed for an overseas trip. In fact, it was my first time getting on an airplane, period. That trip to Chicago, we landed in O'Hare in the middle of January, and I remember that like it was yesterday. I loved the snow. I mean, I loved it. It was my first time seeing it. Now, today I sit in traffic on the Eisenhower in that snow going to work, so that's a different story. But I remember seeing that snow for the first time, and I loved it. So years later, that moment actually came back to me during my first live shot as a reporter at WCIA TV. How many of you watch WCIA? Yeah? Okay. So I graduated actually a semester late, so again, it was wintertime. It just so happens when I was doing my very first live shot for WCIA, it was snowing. And it was such a vivid reminder for myself of how far I had come. So I'm gonna backtrack just a little bit. A lot of people ask me today, they see what I do for a living, they see me on TV every afternoon. How did you decide to do what you wanted to do? So it was back in high school. I joined the high school newspaper, and it was really, and people ask me why. You know, I had only been in this country for, I think, 4 years at that time. But truly, it was a challenge for myself to try. I desperately wanted to perfect this new language. And I enjoyed reading and writing and speaking in Chinese. I thought, why can't I do this in English? So I joined the high school newspaper for that reason, but I ended up loving everything about it. So much so that I decided to major in broadcast journalism. My parents had other ideas. They had many other ideas, a whole list of ideas that did not include broadcast journalism. So after many, many conversations, now I have 4 kids, so I know, I badger them to death. After many, many conversations, they finally acquiesced and said, okay, you get yourself, and this is truly what they said to me, you get yourself to the best college that we can afford in the state of Illinois. You can choose your major, provided that you can get a job. I find myself saying that to my teenager today, oh my gosh. Yeah, it does come around full circle. But anyway, that choice of going to the best college in Illinois was super simple. There was only one. You guys, I applied to one school, and that was the University of Illinois. So I told my parents at that time, let me study journalism. I promise you I will get a job 6 months after college. If not, I will go to law school. I will go down that list that you have. Fortunately, I was able to keep my promise. But you know what they say about luck, right? It's preparation meeting opportunity. And U of I gave me that preparation. So I started my job, my first TV job, the day after graduation at WCIA as that on-air reporter. My first live shot, as I said, was in that snow. And at that moment, my dream had come true. So I don't know if I ever had a chance actually to officially say thank you to U of I, so thank you, U of I. Now here's a little bit more about my college days. Think about it. I entered college only about 7 years after immigrating to this country. My parents thought there was no way. It wasn't that they didn't want me to pursue what I wanted to do. They were so deathly afraid of me failing. They just really never thought I could do this for a living. When I arrived on campus, though, all of the opportunities were right there. I joined the Daily Illini my first semester. I auditioned for them. Oh, yay! I auditioned for WPGU. I'm sure you all listened to that. Some of you might have heard me. I hope that you remember. I spent the rest of my college days there at WPGU, and I loved it. So through my classes, I learned, right, all the foundations of television reporting, anchoring, producing, directing, and ad-libbing. We do a whole lot of that on television. So I later learned, unlike many of my peers who enter broadcast, who might have a friend or a neighbor who knows a bit about this business, U of I, my classes, and my professors were my only connection to this industry, and they came through for me. So today, Illinois is completely woven into my career. The university has created, I have to say, quite a name for itself in Chicago media. I hope you all know this. On the radio side, I mentioned WPGU. On the mix, Eric in the Morning, I don't know if you all listen to, they're the #1 rated radio program in the morning here in Chicago. Whip, so Whip, who's the sidekick on that show, used to be my sports guy, Brian Peruk, down at WPGU. And at ABC7, and this is the reason why you have to watch, there's so many of us from Illinois. Cheryl Burton, Rob Elgas, Mark Rivera, Eric Hong, our newest hire, Samantha Chapman, and behind the scenes, we have writers, producers, photographers from U of I. And in fact, on the 4 p.m. news that I anchor, Rob Elgas and I were both U of I alums. I don't think any other newscast here in town can claim that distinction. So, for our on-air stories, we turn to U of I all of the time. I'm bugging the PR staff, repeatedly. But we go for experts about every industry, from how recent rains are affecting our crops to real estate, politics, and medical advances. I hope you all had a chance to see Dr. King Lee's poster when you walked in. I had a chance to go down and do an in-depth interview with him when that college first started, and he is such a phenomenal man. That story, by the way, and John Salvani, thank you for setting it up, that story has been tweeted, shared tens of thousands of times by the student staff. So you all, if you haven't had a chance to see it, you got to get online, you got to see it. It's phenomenal. So soon, I will experience another first of my own. Super proud of this one. My oldest son will be going off to college. So he's a senior in high school right now. We are in the thick of college application process. But unlike me, at this age, he has a whole host of opportunities in front of him. He doesn't have to apply to just one college. There are no limitations for him. But guess what? The 2 top schools on his list, and this is his list, U of I. I'm not going to share what the other one is. Because I'm really pulling for ILL. Thank you. So truly, Illinois has changed my life. It gave me the foundation for an incredibly successful career, something I could not have imagined. It was more than just classwork. It was more than just hands-on experience. It was all of that. But you know what the biggest thing Illinois did for me? It gave that once young immigrant girl who didn't speak a word of English, who had no idea what her future was going to be. It gave her, it gave me the confidence to fly. So thank you.
I shouldn't be here today. Unlike many of my peers, I was not the kid who always wanted to be a doctor when I grew up. I overcame a family cycle of drug and alcohol abuse to be the first in my family to graduate from high school. Even then, I had no plans to attend college, and that's another reason why I shouldn't be here today. I enlisted with the Army to try to make the world a better place. My desire to save lives, rather than to take them, prompted me to become a bomb squad tech, and I served for 8 years as a bomb squad specialist. I met many service members who had made tremendous sacrifices, including one who had to receive a substantial amputation. Their persistence and recovery inspired my desire to combine medicine with engineering. But still, I shouldn't be here today. I met a fellow scholar who described the Carle Illinois College of Medicine, and this discovery changed my life. After I leave, I plan to devote my career to helping those with traumatic injuries. I will continue serving my country throughout my residency as a physician innovator. I have overcome a cycle of drug abuse, dangerous explosives, and even chance. As an ambassador of the inaugural class, I couldn't be more proud to be here today.
Good afternoon. It's always great to be in Chicago, the undisputed capital of the Midwest. Thank you for hosting us in your great city. Near where we are today, in the South Loop, just a few miles south of where I'm standing, is the planned location of a unique institute that is going to revolutionize the way our university delivers on its land-grant mission. Led by the University of Illinois system, the Discovery Partners Institute is our answer to the profound changes, to the unprecedented challenges and opportunities set in motion by what people call the fourth industrial revolution, or Industry 4.0. All industries, all of our societal institutions and systems, the very nature of the livelihood and avocation of humankind, are undergoing transformational changes of tremendous promise for prosperity and progress for all. Never before have we been in a position where, thanks to breakthroughs in genomics, materials, ubiquitous sensing, communication, cloud computing, artificial intelligence, and autonomy, personalized health and personalized education are becoming possible, accessible, and we hope affordable. Never before have we been in a position where we can monitor, assess, and improve the yield of our crops, the sustainability of our farmland, the health of our planet. Never before have we been in a position to be able to design and to be in charge and deliver a brilliant future for humankind. And this is why I believe a much more fitting, a much more appropriate name for the fourth industrial revolution is the human-centered industrial revolution. Because this name spells out the significance of the human as the linchpin for delivering on its tremendous promise. Our university, as one of our nation's most influential land-grant institutions, has the obligation to stand up tall, bold, daring, decisive, to lead this revolution. Success on this ambitious and exciting mission hinges upon our ability to get out of our comfort zone and to expand and to change our old ways of researching, discovering, educating, and innovating. The Discovery Partners Institute will inspire, catalyze, and drive this change. The pace at which innovation is happening is shifting from linear and sequential to exponential and parallel. And our current systems and models of education, research, and discovery are struggling to keep up. The only way to overcome this challenge is by changing our educational systems, changing our business and delivery models of the past to support continuous learning throughout the lifespan, meeting and serving the student no matter where they are in space and time. Our systems must be able to provide the high-quality educational experience that our university is famous for, in a manner that accommodates students who will seek to engage with us through non-traditional pathways, new modalities, and a diverse menu of expectations for their education. Expectations influenced in a significant way by their professional experiences and personal life and career circumstances and needs. Success in this undertaking is the ability to serve many more people, many more times, with many different and varying needs throughout their lifespan, while at the same time amplifying our role as contributors of new knowledge, discovery, and innovation. We realize we cannot do this alone. We will need to partner in creative, new ways with all interested stakeholders. We need to establish and energize collaborations between academic institutions, industry, state and federal government, as well as collaborations across state and national boundaries. And this is why I'm truly excited about the Discovery Partners Institute. This unique platform for talent attraction and talent development, new venture creation, strong corporate engagement, and fast-paced research translation will define the way in which the much-needed multi-stakeholder collaborations will be catalyzed and turned into action and impact. With DPI, Illinois will be present in K-12 classrooms across the state, igniting passion and possibilities in the minds of our young, inspiring them to invent the jobs of the future, and position them for success in the multiple careers they will have throughout their lives. With DPI, we will grow our engagement with industry, and we will accelerate the transition of our breakthroughs and discoveries into the hands of people and businesses to turn them into new ventures, new products, and new services. And in doing so, we will empower Chicago and the state of Illinois to stand out and to thrive as an exemplar of how to deliver on the promise of the human-centered industrial revolution. I hope you share my enthusiasm. Think of what is to come. Chicago as the nation's capital for human-centered innovation. Illinois as a testbed for the new ways our nation needs to deliver on its commitment to the pursuit of happiness for all. Thank you for giving me some of your time, and thank you all for being with Illinois.
Hey, welcome to Sesame Street and Hooper's Store. I'm enjoying an orange and blue milkshake. I've got my Illini scarf and jacket on, and let's just say the letter of the day today is I. So we're gearing up for season 50 of Sesame Street, where I'm the vocal music director, music editor, and one of many composers. I just want to thank the U of I for all the great experiences there, and for my professors that guided me from Green Street, or technically West Nevada Street, to Sesame Street. And while my career veered from teaching music in the public schools, I technically still teach music to our incredibly talented young cast, which includes Elmo and Big Bird and Abby Cadabby.
Hey, did you call me Mr. Rudolph?
I sure did.
What's going on? Why are you dressed in orange and blue?
Well, I'm giving a tour of Sesame Street to the University of Illinois, where I went to school to learn about music.
Wow! Wait, to learn about music?
Yep.
That you teach us? Is that where you learned that music is everywhere? And you taught us that we could even play a bicycle? That really cool song you wrote, what was it? Oh, Bike Shop with a Beat.
Yep, indeed.
Ah, that was so fun. Hey, what are those? Woo, they're so shiny.
Oh, those are my Emmys. There's Emmy, alma mater, Emmy.
Ooh, one of these things is not like the other. Hey, what'd you get the awards for?
Well, that's kind of a behind-the-scenes thing. Do you think maybe you could poof me to my office studio?
Anything for you, Mr. Rudolph. Let me get my wand and zippity zap.
Okay, so here we are in my office studio. This is where I do all the vocal music editing on my Pro Tools system. We actually record all the vocals here in the vocal music booth. All the cast come in here and record. We've had celebrity singers in here as well. Audra McDonald, Alan Cummings, Macklemore was in here recording. And then just in the 10 years that I've been here, here's just a few of the incredible musical guests we've had on the show, which really is a testament to the full 50 years of music on Sesame Street. So this is kind of the boring stuff. I think we should go back to the steps of 1, 2, 3 Sesame Street. Abby? Okay, so we're back on the steps of 1, 2, 3 Sesame Street. Abby, did you know that the University of Illinois is over 150 years old?
Wow!
It's true.
Hey, did you play any music while you were there?
I sure did. I sang in the university chorus. I was a percussionist in the symphonic band. I was in the marching Illini drum line. And I actually wrote drill charts for the whole marching band. They performed on the field, over 300 musicians.
Wow!
We got to play in front of thousands of people at Memorial Stadium. That's where the Illini play football.
Wow! Hey, that's pretty cool. What is a lion?
Illini? Well, that's what you call a person that went to Illinois. And we had a great chant. So what we do at the stadium is we chant I-L-L-I-N-I back and forth in the stadium. You want to try that?
Yeah, I do.
So I'll say I-L-L,
And
you say I-N-I.
I-N-I.
Right? So
Okay.
I-L-L.
I-N-I.
I-L-L.
I-N-I.
I-L-L.
I-N-I.
That's the idea. Yeah. So thank you, University of Illinois.
Well, I'm certainly no Abby Cadabby in more ways than one, but perhaps we should give that a try. I-L-L. We can do better than that. They don't hear us down at the water tower. I-L-L. Thank you. We would like to say a very special thanks to Paul Rudolph, who took time out of his very busy schedule to record the behind-the-scene tour of Sesame Street. We're certainly grateful that our alums and our donors and our friends, like Judy Su, like you, continue to proudly champion the orange and the blue. Over the past 150 years, Illinois has shaped the future of more than 500,000 alums, as well as countless others who have benefited from a University of Illinois education, from our innovations, our discoveries, and collaborations. These achievements are truly remarkable, and yet not surprising, because this is our legacy. It's who we are, it's what we do, and together it makes us the Illini family. We've been doing this since the beginning, and to ensure that we can sustain this great work in the future, we ask you to continue to be our partners, to be partners with us in the With Illinois campaign. So today, on the back of your name tag, you will find a website listed along with your own personal 9-digit code. You never thought you were going to get your own 9-digit code when you came here, but you do. So we invite you to take just a moment to use the website and the code to make a gift either via your smartphone or via the kiosk that we have set up in the lobby. If you would like some assistance, one of our staff members will be more than happy to assist you. And I want you to note that we designed this website to be mobile friendly. It's a mobile friendly device. And I'm sure that explains why so many of you have had your cell phones out during my remarks today. I'm sure that's the only reason. And I'd appreciate it if you would let other guests at your table know how easy it is to make a gift to your amazing university. But on a serious note, I'd just like to say thank you to our very, very generous donors and to all of you supporting us each and every step of the way. Thanks to your investments, we have already reached 80% of our With Illinois campaign goal. And I remind you, that's 80% of $2.25 billion. I just love saying that. Our success here in Illinois has been built on the investments of past generations who believe in our ability to make a difference in the world. Our continued culture of excellence depends in part on the loyal support of alums and friends like yourselves. And our consistent investments provide a lasting and a sustainable impact on future generations at the University of Illinois. Some of you in this room may have changed a life by providing access to Illinois education through a scholarship, while others of you have funded research, and perhaps you have provided funding for a building renovation or state-of-the-art classroom, experienced a named professor appointment, or an academic program. Your investments in Illinois has truly changed the world. So thanks to each and every one of you for being with Illinois. So unfortunately, all great things must come to an end. So this is the close of our luncheon today, and I ask that you please stand and join me in the singing of the alma mater led by our own lyric theater students. Ladies, please join me.
Hail to the orange, hail to the blue, hail alma mater, ever so true. We love no other, so let our motto be victory.
Thank you so much. Thank you for being with Illinois.